y'all scrimmaging again today, Eddie, or just practicing? So.
Practicing.
And how did they look in the practice?
We went into this morning as we watched a little bit more of the scrimmage and kind of evaluated it. What we talked about is not wasting the practice, because you can have a habit of doing that when you get into 10, 11, 12, and 13. They came out with some enthusiasm. We had one lull in the practice where they got us a little bit, but then after that I thought they competed. And what we really talked about now is really getting better and detailing this offense. I told them that if we do not make the routine plays and throw and catch when you're supposed to throw and catch, and take the perfect step up front, block when you're supposed to block, and it sounds like that sounds simple, but we're not doing that all the time. When we do that, we've got a chance to be really, really special. But we're not doing that. When we have to throw a hitch and the guy's wide open and we drop it, or we throw it too fast, it's not on time, somebody breaks down, we're not going to be successful, because we've got enough players to make big plays, and we did that on Saturday. So the big plays will come. It's about us being consistent and being able to make the routine plays. So that's what we did today.
What is your definition of really, really special?
Special is doing everything right all the time with our standard of playing with unbelievable effort, and you'll have a chance. So if you do all the little things right, the big things will come. And the standard is every day of practice, when the ball's thrown, we're sprinting. We're going to be physical. We're going to run. Everybody's going to cover. And that's what's happening right now. We're making some progress. But for you to be special, you got to strive for perfection every day, knowing well that you're not going to get there, but we're certainly going to try.
Eddie, it seems like almost every guy on the offensive line can play multiple positions on the line. Is that by design, or is that just something special about this group?
I think they're really smart. I think they really understand what's going on, and in the second year we're able to do that. I think Coach Schlarman does a great job understanding their abilities and then mixing that around and putting guys in different spots, which helps you in the long run for depth.
How much are those guys all sort of fighting for starting spots, knowing that everybody played so much last year that the guys want to be out there with the first team?
Yeah, they all are. Coach switches it up sometimes every drill. Somebody will go in the first team, and the next drill comes, and the next guy goes, and it's great. It's great competition, and so they're fighting. They're fighting their rear end, but they know they're going to play too. But you want to be the starter. You got to take pride in that. So there is great competition at that position.
What does Justin Rick show you in practice?
Say again?
What does Justin Rick show you in practice?
Athletic, can run the field vertically, and I think he's getting better in his run blocking. He's really trying. He's got to learn how to strain all the time. He's got to learn how to that this is big time football, and it's tough, hard, and he's got to learn how to do that. And he's getting there. He really is. I'm excited about it.
Did your practice today, and if so, how have you seen him progress?
Progressed pretty well, meaning that after the scrimmage, he got those two series. We went down, led the one team down there, and we scored. He wasn't too sore, and came back today, and actually is getting in a little bit more. So really like the progress of where he's at.
To put it delicately, what do you do with him when Steven Johnson was so successful and Drew was the starter? I mean, what kind of conversations are you having with those guys about the future or where you are?
Well, I think they both know, all of them, that to have a really good football team, you better have quarterbacks, and we've got some really good quarterbacks, and I say plural, that I think all of them are doing a really good job. So I think we're in a great position. You talk to them about competing, winning the job, and that when your time comes, you better be ready to go. Just like Steven. His time came last year, and he made the most of it. You don't ever know. So that's what the conversations are.
How has Dorian been practicing?
Really, really well. It's been good because he hasn't missed, practice for an injury or anything like that. And he really wanted him to get through the whole spring and then get through the whole summer. That's what you're looking for in him, and that consistency. But he's one that you got to say whoa to. You don't have to say giddy up to him. He loves practice and he goes.
What does that say about him as a person?
That he loves to compete. He loves the game. Absolutely.
There hasn't been a lot of talk about Garrett aside from position movement and things like that. What have you seen from him as far as leadership? And
He's doing okay. He's not where I need him to be right now. He's not where this team needs him to be right now, and I think he'll tell you that. So that's going to be on him. He's got it in him. He knows what he needs to do. But I like the other guys that are pushing him. Like the other guys, Chuck Walker today had an unbelievable practice. So that's a really good thing for us.
Have you seen the progress of A.J. Rose you expected?
Yes, night and day from last fall. Understanding the offense, being more engaged. He had a really good run the other day, and through our catapult and us seeing how fast he ran, he was at 21 miles an hour. That's rolling. That's getting it. So, but he's really learning the offense and excited about his progress.
Some of the veterans that expect to make plays, some make some plays, but they consistent about making plays. What do you say to them about some of the noise that they may hear from the fans when they don't make a play that people expect them to make?
Those are, the difference between expectations is everything out there, Our standard is that they got to make that play, and so if they're looking at that and they're reading Twitter and the blogs and all that, they're going to have a serious issue. We talk about recovering, we talk about moving on to the next play. That's what they got to do. And I think they've gotten consistent. I think they understand where we're coming from, and they're trying, man. They're making some contested plays out there. Another day of contested plays, and that's exciting.
You had so much success last season with a pair of running backs. How important is it to identify another guy and take over for you?
I think it's really important once we get through this spring, and you look at Saturday and the production we got out of Cy and AJ was really encouraging. I talked to you a couple weeks ago about that we've got to find 1,000 yards between a couple other backs, and if they'll continue to produce like that, there's no question that we'll be able to do that. But there's a lot of way, we got a long way to go, and hopefully they'll keep doing what they're doing all the way up through the 30 practices before we get to our first game and through the summer. But yeah, we have a chance. Those guys have a chance.
Have you seen Benny kind of step up into that leadership role?
Yes, he has. Still got his passion for the game is so great. And so, you got to kind of control him a little bit, slow him down. Again, another one you got to say whoa to, not giddy up, and I'd rather have it that way. But, he is. He's trying to be a leader. He's trying to do everything right, and he's doing everything full speed.